Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Taco Clock. It's only me today because my sweet, lovely husband is unavailable today. So this is kind of like a solo clock vlog episode again. Anyways, I just got back from my parents' house. It's Mother's Day today, and I went by to bring my mom a tiny little gift and to have like coffee and cake with her. And my brother and my little niece were also visiting, so we had a nice afternoon together. Um, what happened this week? Aside from shitty spring weather over here, it's like raining all the time and it feels more like November weather rather than May weather over here. The week was pretty good. Um, I did a ton of art stuff. If you see my Facebook page, you might already be aware that I worked on at least 5 projects this week. And I'd have to say I was quite successful, so I progressed quickly slash finished a couple of things which I like. And one of those was the second part of the huge jigsaw puzzle that's gonna end up on one of the walls in my studio. So I'm gonna, of course, link the video right about now, and you can have a look at the new pieces. I decided to go with the color scheme of the first pieces because, like I already said in the last vlog, I wanted to have kind of like a rainbow and have the prominent colors kind of like connect throughout the puzzle pieces. And since that puzzle is gonna be like, what did I say? It was something like 6 meters by 3 meters. That's the size of that thing at the end. There was still enough time to go with the blue and the pinkish magenta color. So this time around, I did more kind of like a comic-y style with those little houses on the lower left part and also with the windows on the right part of this week's section. And not only was I pretty quick, like with 2.5 hours for all those pieces, and like with a rather simple motive on there, but also it was kind of like unchallenging for an artist challenging him or herself. So I had a quite easy week on that. I did other art projects aside from that, which were more challenging slash complicated, so I found that the puzzle was a nice balance to that. I cannot really talk about all the other projects that I worked on this week, but if you are a little bit patient, you might just see most of them on this channel in the next couple of weeks. Aside from painting things or sculpturing things, I did also work on the music videos, editing them, cutting them, refining them from the Stereo Avengers concert that we visited in April. I got like a very raw draft of 2 videos, and the next couple of weeks I'm just gonna refine them even more and more and more until they're done, and I will have like I don't know, 20, 25 videos maybe at the end, if all goes well. So that took a lot of time away, a whole night actually, just for one video, but I enjoyed it very much. I had a lot of fun watching through all the footage and kind of like storyboarding which clip goes where and what I want to do with the videos. Aside from that, not really a lot happened art-wise. I didn't do the art journal. I wasn't in the mood, so I hope maybe today or tomorrow I can catch up on that, because I have ideas about what I want to do. I just didn't feel like working with the book, with the medium, for what I want to do on the pages. So I hope that will change over the next couple of days. However, I was... Oh, hold on. Some things with my mail account. What do you want? Mail account. Jesus Christ. Yeah, whatever. Sorry. So, where was I? Oh yeah, I progressed quite a lot on the knitting project that I started a couple of days, weeks, whatever ago, and the jacket that I was telling you about in one of my last vlogs. I don't remember which one. So I progressed there nicely, and it felt like 2 evenings of the week that I didn't do anything else but listening to podcasts or books or whatever, and just knitting and knitting and knitting. I also had quite some creative days, like getting ideas for future projects, and there's 3 geeky projects that came up last night that I have to do over the remaining months of this year. And I have to buy some supplies for that, and it's really like an itch that I can't start right away when I have an idea, because I don't have the supplies at my house yet, and I can't wait to start. It's really it's not that great of a feeling, I have to say, because when I have those ideas and I have to only sketch them out and put them aside until I can work on that stuff, because I got the tools, it's really difficult for me to not get pissed at myself. It really, yeah, well, I'm just not patient that way. So the last 24 hours were kind of challenging for me that way. Anyway, I'm also kind of itchy. I'm impatient on a similar thing. This week we booked our vacation, or, well, one trip that we are going to do in early June. For 1 week we're gonna fly to Malta, and together with a couple of friends, and have a sweet little vacation there. So as my husband and I were talking about just roughly what we're gonna take, and I said, well, of course my camera stuff, that's for sure, and a couple of board games, and, well, my computer, so that I can publish the videos that I'm gonna pre-upload, so that you guys have something to see on those usual days. I also thought, well, how about I take like a journal or a couple of pieces of paper and my watercolor pencils, and just get a bottle of water down there and paint whatever comes in front of my person, eyes, whatever, and just paint some watercolor sceneries from down there and not only take photos and do art projects later on with those photos as guidelines. So I really like the idea and I'm definitely gonna do it, but I'm kind of itchy, like I can't wait to pack the bags, put the supplies in there, and then get to Malta in one evening or afternoon or whatever, just take 1 hour or two, go somewhere, see something and paint, or just sketching maybe. So yeah, can't wait. 3.5 more weeks. So long. Also, we booked another like short trip with my brother, my sister-in-law, and both kids and my parents. We're gonna go to Erfurt, which is like 3.5 hours by car away from where I live. And we're gonna meet up there with my aunt and cousin that I have not seen for 12 years now. So we have a chance to meet them again after not being in contact for a long time, and all of us, we can't wait for end of June to come and to meet up and have a great couple of days. So that's what we did booking wise and other stuff this week. So board game wise, what happened? We played 2 more chapters of Zombicide, and these were the first games after all the miniatures have been painted. So next week, when my hubby will hopefully be back on the vlog, we'll cover all that part, because with the miniature paintings and how they appear on the board and what makes the gameplay different with those painted miniatures, that's something that I want to cover with him together. So we gotta be patient on that for next week's vlog. For this week, we also played another round of The Cave. And this time was the first time ever that we played it with 4 players. And as we already expected, the mechanics, the gameplay, the obstacles that you have when you play the game are totally different when you play with 4 players. So the game feels a lot quicker, because the tiles that you draw to build the cave that you're spelunking in you draw 4 of them in a round and not only 2. So that felt quicker, and I did have a luckier hand in drawing the tiles. So I had a couple of tiles where you can get a photo camera or a rope as a reward. And the other 2 players that played the game for the first time did not have like the insight that my husband and I did, like when to take the tent with you on the first, second, or third time that you go into the cave, or just little teensy tiny bits. So we had an advantage, of course, but while we both were winning, both of us, hubby and I, had 47 points at the end. The other 2 players were very close to us, point-wise, so it was like 2 or 3 points that they were only behind us. So I guess when everybody knows the tricks and bits and pieces for a game like that you play, the luck factor is way more important, or it weighs much more in the balance of the game. So with our first 4-player game, it was kind of like more the strategy that made us win. But when everybody knows the tricks, I guess the luck factor, like which tile are you drawing, is gonna be the component that decides about who wins the game. Um, I also have to say that I like the game much more with 4 players. Um, it's it felt, well, less predictable slash less boring than with 2 players, just because you have 2 more people that spelunk with you, and you might just fight with them in one cave and try to outrun the others. So it was very nice last night. We had a lot of fun with it. Also, last night with a gaming group, we played 2 rounds of Magic. So with this, with those 2 guys that were over at our house last night, and only us playing together in that group, it's been quite a couple of weeks since that happened. So we only had time or the chance to play online other games together. So last night we said, oh, we gotta play Magic. It's been so long since we met up and played, and we have to try out one of the new games, but we gotta go for Magic. We haven't played it in forever. So last night we did, and I had a only black deck, and I played that kind of deck for the first time. And in the first game we had, I think everybody had, no, wrong. 3 of us had a black or black with whatever color combined deck, and 1 person had red-white. So it was the first game started kind of slow. We didn't have a lot of creatures or monsters, because with the black decks you have a lot of spells and instant cards in there. And the fights did not go as usual. Like, it felt as if I didn't have a chance to draw the good cards in the deck. It was just too slow, it took too long. And the first game I was the first one to lose, and the other 2 followed pretty quickly too. In the second game, however, which felt like it took way longer, I still had the black deck to play with, and my husband played blue-green. One of the friends played the same red-white deck as in the first game, and the other one changed to a blue deck. So the balance of the game was totally different. Like, we had 2 very, very strong battlefields, and the other ones were more like, yeah, you're strong, but we're gonna interrupt your game, and we're gonna disturb, and we're gonna show you the middle finger whenever you try to attack us, which made it a lot of fun to play. And for the longest time, I was really gaining life points, like more than 20. We started with 20 life points. Until one point where the red-white deck blocked one of my monsters, and I had to start all over again. It was my strongest monster, and I could not use it for the end of the game until that person died in the game. So it was really interesting, and I have to say the deck played out way better the second time around. And there were 3 monsters on my battlefield that had the death touch on the card, so I was not really attacked by the other players. They kind of hesitated and fought against each other and kind of like saved me for last, if you want to put it that way. So all the annoying fights were only among them. I didn't have anything to do with it. I just had fun watching. And once in a while I was just like, beak, beak. You're like getting a sorcery or something, or an enchantment, which is like, ha, your monster is worth nothing this round. This for your turn that you play, and next round I'm gonna have the same card on my hand, and I'm gonna do it all over again. So I was like the annoying, bitching child playing with them. So at the end, it was my husband and I who had to find out who won the game. And since my Mega Monster was available again, the block from the red-white deck was gone because that player unfortunately died in the game, or his monsters did, better said, his creatures. I could use my super duper duper monster again, which was like the death blow for my husband, because that guy took like 7 life points in one round, and I had like 3 or 4 other tiny creatures there that helped, and within 2 rounds he was gone. Which was very much to the dislike of Daniel, because Magic is like the one card deck building strategy game that is kind of like holy, and me as a noob, it was like my 5th or 6th round of Magic, winning against him for the first time ever was like, oh my gosh, it's the grounds are not sacred anymore. It was like a sacred place. This game I would always lose. It was like his go-to game whenever I won too much in other games, and he wanted to like have a balance there and say, you gotta lose one more time. So the face of him when he lost was hilarious. It was like this rolling eyes, like this. Great. So which game do I have to buy now that is replacing the sacred holiness of Magic: The Gathering? Which is why he left the comment on my Facebook page. So if you saw that and was like, why did he say that? That was because why? Yeah. What else did we play? Yeah, well, we played the usual round of Love Letter, and we replaced Space Beans this week with Domino. I had like a game that was... I had this game like, I don't know, 30 years now? 29, 30 years, so it's super, super old. It was made in GDR, so back when I was living there as a small child, and I still have it. So one night I was like, come on, just for giggles, let's play a round of Domino. And my husband looked at me, and I was so surprised afterwards, because he's like a huge gamer, and he was as a kid, and I did not expect for him to never have played Domino. He did like those with the small tiles. He did build like rows and whatever, and then you push one over and all of them go like, but he never actually played the game, which was totally surprising to me. I would have never expected that, because I thought every child would have had a copy of that game would have played it like the way it's supposed to be played. And so Domino became the love letter of the week, in quotes, of course. So we played a lot of that this week, like after dinner for 15 minutes, just to play a short game. We also played 2 or 3 rounds of Carcassonne the Castle again, and we were pretty well balanced out by like in regards to who wins how many games by how many points. We were pretty even there, and again, we had a lot of fun with that. I really liked the game. What else did we play? think that was it. Zombicide, yeah, I said Zombicide, but we're gonna cover that next week, so that's that actually. So now, I think I'm just gonna, like with the 30 minutes that we wanted to have for the vlog, I'm just gonna say goodbye now and go off and enjoy my evening. Preparing some yummy food, and I have to say this time the recipe is inspired by Hala Cooking's stuffed jalapenos, so I'm gonna try that tonight. And I'm gonna link the video. You gotta check it out if you like spicy, yummy food. And yeah, and after that, I don't know if I'm gonna write a bit more on my novel or if I'm just gonna do some knitting and listen to some more podcasts. I don't know yet, so we'll see. Anyways, I hope you all had a great week. And if you'd like, you could leave a comment and maybe tell us what you want to have covered next week, either for the board gaming vlog or if you have any questions for us, just let us know. And we'll try to cover that. And I hope that Daniel will be back next week. I guess he will be. And yeah, have a great week. Until then, enjoy and take care. So, see ya. Bye bye.